I've had a 5-star rank 5 Nova for a little over a year now. And this may surprise some of you, but I have found one piece of content where he's consistently useful. I can actually use him every single time. Right here. Alliance War Defense. Whenever Alliance War Defense comes up, he's my go-to man. He's always been there for me. Alliance War Defense. The one thing he's good for. Besides that, he's good for prestige, I guess. You can see right here. This is on my old phone with my second account. I'm looking at my main account profile. And right there, number 4. In prestige, so whatever. Now, big question. What does Nova do? Not a whole lot, unfortunately. His utility is really lacking. His special one, he gets a true strike, but it's only for 7 seconds. And you have to be at 75 charges for that true strike to even activate. Now, its awakened ability is pretty important because it gives 80% buff duration, so that's 7 seconds. I guess it becomes longer if you're awakened and Sig 200. And then you also gain more attack the further you dash towards the opponent. Like, you gain almost 6,000 extra attack damage. And then, you know, against True Strike, unblockable or guaranteed critical hits. Of course, the opponent gains like 70% less damage, and that's to like annoy Ghost players or annoy Corvus players. And I don't know. He does have this utility where his medium attacks still make contact and they do energy damage. So I guess that's good against Korg or Electro, I guess. But, you know, I've never had a fight where my first thought is, I know, I'll bring my Nova. No, I never think to bring Nova. He just sits on the bench, collects dust. Only time I ever click on him is when I get that notification. Quick, choose your defenders for Alliance War Defense. I'm like, I know who to choose. Nova. Because I'm one of the only idiots who actually decided to max out their Nova and put 200 Sig levels in him. As of right now, before his buff, he's definitely on my list of champs that I regret ranking up, unfortunately. His playstyle is just not practical for endgame content. And there's just too much going on, too much to manage with his abilities. It's not worth it. There's not a big enough payoff with his damage. And like I said, he has no utility. Basically no utility. He has a little utility. Not a lot. Not enough to make him a god tier or anything. Especially compared to like other cosmic champs, he is just so lacking. Like, he doesn't have any immunities. Even Silver Surfer has immunities. Like, isn't he like immune to like shock, incinerate, and cold, I think? He can't shut down robots. He can't even armor break opponents unless they're tech. Why is that even a thing? Like, he can't armor break opponents unless they're tech. It's so stupid. Anyways, this is gonna be Realm of Legends. I have just a synergy team here. Airwalker is the important synergy. Every time you go above 75 charges, it refreshes all your Fury buffs, so they don't expire on you. And see, I think the rotation that you would most likely use is medium, and then 4 light attacks, up until you get up to above 75 Nova charges, and then you can use that second medium. Because the second medium dumps, it dumps 25 charges, it gets rid of them. So you want to get above 75 charges, sorry for those text messages, to gain those Fury buffs. And then once you're above 75, you want to use that second medium to get below 75, and then you just want to do that over and over again, rinse and repeat. But see, that rotation doesn't really work unless the fight is just plain, simple, and easy, like this fight right here. There's no node getting in the way, there's no extra abilities getting in your way. Just plain and simple. For like endgame content, it's not practical and it just doesn't work. I've tried bringing him in Act 6, I tried bringing him in Act 7 when that was released. It just doesn't work. I've tried bringing him in Cavalier difficulty. There's so many better Cosmic Champs to bring that actually work better. I don't know, it's just... I used to be a big defender, a big supporter of Nova. Like, every time someone would call him crappy, I would say, he's just underrated, you don't know how to use him. Such a dumbass. No, he's... See, look, I accidentally went above 100 charges, and then my charges just expire, and I gotta start the whole rotation over again. I didn't do that on purpose, it was just an accident. Just because sometimes I just lose track of how many charges I have. So you want to get below 75, and then go above 75, then below, and it's just repeat. I was hoping the special 3 would knock him out, but his special 3 damage is really crappy. His medium attacks do more damage than his special 3. I like his block animation. It's pretty cool though. You know, Nova's not the best to play with, but he's fun to look at because he looks really dope and badass. I think he'd be a really good champion if Kabam would just take my advice on a new variant concept. I've emailed them a couple times. You know how like every variant has like a new mechanic that boosts certain champions? I said they should do like a flying variant. So like it boosts champions who fly or like float, like Nova or like Human Torch, Magneto, champs like that. I think that'd be cool, right? But so far, I don't know. They said like, thank you for your suggestion, blah 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 blah. Whatever. So I mean, 11k medium, that was pretty good. That's not pretty good. That's really good. His damage could be good. It's just playstyle and his mechanics. They're not practical. You know, the best way to like. It's just annoying to dash back and then dash forward towards your opponent. It just doesn't work in hard fights, you know. But the best way to do it is to bait out heavy attacks or bait out special attacks, and then when they're done, punish them. You know, dash back all the way, then punish them and go straight forward. And when you're intercepting champions, it doesn't really work. I'll try to explain. So like, if you try to dash forward and intercept your opponent also dashes forward, right? So you meet somewhere in the middle. So like your dash forward is like cut in half to intercept the opponent. You get what I mean? So like, even intercepting the opponent doesn't really work with his playstyle and his rotation. His best way to do his dash forwards are parry, dash back, and then dash forward. But that's just annoying. I hate playing that. I hate doing that rotation, or baiting out heavy attacks or baiting out specials and then waiting for that and dashing forward. All right, I'm going to Cavalier difficulty now with the Cosmic nodes. And only difference to my team here is I'm bringing in Hyperion, because there's an annoying abomination in the way. And like I said earlier, he doesn't have any utility when it comes to immunities. He's not even poison immune. Hyperion is. Ugh. I gotta be honest, making this video wasn't really fun. I'd rather do fights with Hyperion. You can use this as like a comparison to like a god tier champ, cosmic champ like Hyperion compared to Nova. Hyperion's been in the game for like what, like 2018, 2017, 2016? I don't know. He's been in the game for so long and he's still better than half of the cosmic champs in the game. He's one of the very first cosmic champs and he's like, I don't know. So, you know, I thought Nova was really good and underrated at first, but over time, I never used him. He just sat on my bench collecting dust. Like, even when he was 5-star rank 5, I would prefer to use rank 4 5-star cosmic champs compared to Nova. See? That fight wasn't too bad. I messed up a couple times, but whatever. Alright. Like I was saying, this video wasn't really fun to make. Like, I don't like shitting on champs, you know? And I don't like playing with boring, annoying champs, and I consider Nova a boring, annoying champ. His playstyle is impractical. There's just too much going on. It's not worth it. See, I messed up there and I went above 100 charges. I didn't mean to. And now my charges are reset to 0 again. The worst thing is you gotta wait a few seconds to even get to 0. So you're like in the negative. You're like negative 20. And you gotta wait till that negative gets to 0 again. See, okay, I'm at 0 now. Starting over. I just don't know. I don't know what to say. And his buff that's coming, I don't think it's enough. I was really hoping they'd change like the core mechanic of Nova. But then again, you know, these buffs, I hated when they changed the core mechanic of the hood. So I guess changing the core mechanic of Nova wouldn't be a great idea either. But I'm hoping they change more than just a couple damage boosts, because that's basically all they're doing. In the buff announcement, I only saw 3 changes. I might have been wrong, there might have been more. But I just saw 3 changes, and it's just additional damage. His damage is there. It's already decent. His mediums, those are 2 mediums. They both did 10k damage. When they crit, they do great damage. You know, his special 2. I'm glad they buffed the special 2 damage. Ignore that. I'm glad they buffed the special 2 damage. Because yeah, it's pretty lacking compared to his mediums. But like, I was really hoping they'd give him more utility. Anything. I don't know. Also, another thing I haven't mentioned yet is I run Suicide Masteries. And I don't know if it's obvious, but he doesn't go well with Suicides. So if you don't run Suicides, you might have a better time and better luck with Nova. But he doesn't have any regeneration, no immunities. Barely has any utility whatsoever. An annoying, impractical playstyle and rotation that doesn't really work. Like here it's fine, I guess, because this is just this is Cavalier difficulty, but it's the very first chapter, so it's the easiest fights. It's chapter 1 this month, so all the cosmic nodes. I love his heavy attack animation though. He's definitely in my favorite heavy attack animation. I think it's coming up here soon. One piece of utility I didn't mention is his auto block. Like right there. If the AI intercepts you, because you're a scrub like me, he can auto block and then parry to save your ass. Like he saved my ass right there. But it gets rid of a Fury buff. So you get rid of your damage to have that utility. But that parry and that auto block is mostly for line sport defense, but it does come in handy. And right here, I don't know what to say. I just wasn't having fun playing with Nova, and I was just playing crappy, and I died from the special 3. I was just gonna give up. And I was like, how many more opponents do I have? Just one? I don't want to waste a revive, but I do have some about to expire, and I'm just gonna throw in a couple potions just for the sake of the video. So I really didn't have fun making this video, but I want to put out a pre-buff gameplay video before his buff goes live, and then I'll do a after buff. See if there's a big difference. There's gonna be a damage difference, but it's just like, I was really excited. I was like, yes, Nova's getting buffed. Oh, I've been waiting for this. I have my rank 5. I'm ready. But then there's just 3 little changes to his damage. There's no utility. Unfortunately, I don't know what to say. I love Cold Obsidian. Special 2 just doesn't hit as hard as I would like it to. Special 2 looks a lot like Guardian's Special 2. His Guardian Special 2 does more damage. That blockable buff is nice, but I never actually do that on purpose. Now I'm back to restarting the whole Nova charges again because I went above 100. Anyways, that's the end of that path. Overall, I don't know. Just not worth it. His playstyle, his rotation, his damage, his utility, it's just none of it is there. His damage is decent, okay, it's not bad, it's good, it's not great. But you gotta do a lot to even get to that damage, because you gotta be at Sig 200, you gotta get above those 75 Nova charges, you gotta manage the theory buffs, you gotta manage the charges. His mediums can do like 10k, 13k damage when you add on top of the energy damage on top of that when it crits. But overall,